hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I snuggle up close to the shell I'm living in. And if I let you in, another round begins. No, I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side.
Should I be scared? The feeling's so different now. You got me floating here, a feather in the air. Oh, but when the wind blows, will I tumble or sail away? Or would you have me stay? And what if I escape? I know
I'm spinning in a vicious cycle. I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. Maybe this is right, but I'm still staring at your silhouette. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side, by your side. I'm not afraid. We found something that'll never fade. We can be ourselves and figure out the rest along the way. What if you're everything I need? A fire in my heart, the air I breathe. What if I'm incomplete without you by my side? What if I go against my heart instead of confessing from the start? What if I miss out on the life meant for us? I need you by my side. I need you by my side. I need you by my side. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But we've been living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Poco no mirai wa, dare ni mo wakare.
Well, good Friday morning. Glad you guys could join me this morning. Good Friday morning. Glad you could join me this morning. Anyway. So, it's Friday. We survived another work week. Got an interesting story for you today. I'm not for sure exactly about this one. There's still a few things that are up in the air on the story itself, but I'm going to give you what there is currently out there to be viewed and talked about and discussed, and then hopefully we will get a update on this, because the update will involve body cam footage. And anytime you have a story involving a Florida man and body cam footage from police officers, well, that's just ticket for golden stories for me. But anyway, what do I know, right? You know, they warn us as kids to be careful of the guy, or whatever, the person with the van, right, and candy. Don't take strangers, candy from strangers. They didn't really tell us about adults about taking coffee from strangers in a van. I wonder if that's the same thing or not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it okay to take coffee from a stranger in a van? I guess it kind of depends on how good the coffee is, right? All right. So, let's talk about a YouTuber by the name of and I'm probably going to butcher this, so I'll apologize ahead of time. Valien T. He is, according to the description here, it says he is a young urban music singer, composer, and producer. Originally from Miami, Florida, this talented artist has demonstrated his power across the globe by breaking barriers never broken before, becoming the first Latin urban music icon in a wheelchair. Some of his most recent singles include, well, anyway. Valient-T has had a career of the ages and continues to show the world that nothing or no one can stop him, not even his disabilities. He always makes an impression on his followers that nothing is impossible in life. Just as long as you set your mind on your goals, you will always succeed. He has 18,500 subscribers. So he is a singer, composer, producer. He is a quadriplegic. I don't know. I will try to show a little bit of one of his videos here, just a little bit. You can see he, has why is it not playing? What happened here? No, that's okay. Something, I don't know. YouTube. Freaking YouTube is acting goofy this morning. Anyway, there's a little bit of his music. I listened to it. It uses a lot of auto tuning. That style, kind of like T-Pain. It's definitely, his music is in Spanish. So anyway, like I say, he is a urban Latin composer, singer, whatever. So why is he in the news? Why are we talking about him today? Well, what is this here? Originally came across this. Purple shared this with me. I hadn't seen it yet. A Tuesday did a video on this yesterday, I guess it was. I watched part of a Tuesday's video and stuff, and then I said, yeah, I could, this is something that's interesting, so we could talk about this. So I went out and found the news story and stuff that a Tuesday had sourced in his video. This is coming from channel, come on the screen there. This is coming from a channel 10. It's an ABC affiliate down in Miami-Dade, Florida area. This lovely lady here on the screen is the reporter that covered the story, whatever. So anyway, let's just...
He is a quadriplegic, a recording artist, and you said it. He believes that police should not have arrested him. He even said that his wheelchair was damaged, the case even taking the judge by surprise.
I have truly never seen a case like this.
The judge says this is a first.
So you can see there is the person in question, Valient-T. Here he is. He's got his little orange jumpsuit on. He's in a I don't know if that's his chair or another wheelchair, because like I said again, he is quadriplegic. You can see the judge on the screen. Yeah, I kind of, well, let's just continue watching, then I'll expand on my thoughts on this.
A quadriplegic man facing 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer. Although he can't use his limbs, police say Brian Amastha struck an officer with his motorized wheelchair.
They claim that I hit them with my wheelchair.
Amastha tells us a different story. Did you?
I absolutely did not.
It was Wednesday when police responded to a dispute between Amastha and his mother at their Southwest Miami-Dade home. According to the report, when she was arrested, he got agitated.
The officer.
Okay, so I know that kind of went by a little fast. Let's see if I can back this up just a little bit here with the text on the screen.
Home, according to.
Okay, so this real brief here. What happened was law enforcement officers was called to a house, and the Valien T lives there with his mother, and they I guess they'd maybe gotten into an argument or some sort of a disagreement or whatever, but law enforcement was called because of a domestic dispute. Now, I don't know if the mom called. I don't know if if Valient called. I don't know if it got so loud and rambunctious that neighbors called. I don't know. The story doesn't really. I don't remember from the news. They talked about where. Anyway, the law enforcement showed up, and I guess they went to detain his mother. Or maybe they were trying to separate. I don't know. Anyway, he got upset and got confrontational, according to the report, with the law enforcement because of the interactions between them and his mother.
To the report, when she was arrested, he got agitated.
The officer, she bumped into my wheelchair because I was standing in the driveway and the driveway is thin.
The report stated that you spit at an officer.
Right. So I suffer from acid reflux, so I normally spit.
Okay. This little part right here. He says he suffers from acid reflux, and so he has to spit. I'm not so sure about. I'm not a doctor. I know people who do suffer from acid reflux. And I don't know if it maybe he's on some sort of medication that causes him to overproduce, spit, I guess, to try to dilute the amount of acid that is being generated in his stomach. Possible, I guess. This part of the story right here, I'm a little bit questionable about.
And I spat like the totally different direction.
Amastha's stage name is Valien T. He's a recording artist with more than 18,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Hello, sir. How are you?
When we met, rescue came to the home to take him to the hospital.
Yeah.
He says he was hurt when he was arrested and taken out of his chair to be put in a squad car.
They manhandled me. They tried to cuff me with my.
So here's something else that I don't understand, right? So he has already went before the judge, right? We've seen him there for the judge in his little orange, attire that, inmates wear. And now he's back home, and he's going to be if he was hurt or injured, I'm pretty sure normal protocol is that they would transport him to the hospital from there because when you're arrested, they ask you, if you got any problems, whatever, they get you medically checked is what I'm trying to say, I guess. And I'm really, but I'll hold my thoughts.
My hands on my back, which I can't do.
My client's not a flight risk, clearly.
Or him, but I am going to order him not to have any contact with the officers should they come across each other's paths, all right?
So a spokesperson with Miami-Dade Police tells us they have received no complaints from Amasta, and this is the first that they've heard of any allegations of rough arrest or damage to the wheelchair. There is body camera video of all of this, and we have requested it.
Okay. So let's recap this short little thing here. So law enforcement officers was called to a home where Valient-T and his mother live. They were summoned there because of a domestic disturbance. Don't know. Was it someone in the home that called for them to show up? Was it a neighbor? We don't know. Doesn't know. The report says that the mother was going to be arrested and detained, right? He was not happy about that. The affidavit states that at that time he struck an officer with his wheelchair and spit on him. Now, his side of it is that no, they ran into his wheelchair. Yes, he did spit, but it was in a different direction. It wasn't at the law enforcement officers because, quote, he has acid reflux. He states that he was, because of their manhandling and detaining him, that he was injured. He waits till he is back home, has the camera crew and has the reporter there to be filmed him being put on a gurney, taken by ambulance back to the hospital to be checked out. I'm fairly certain that that would have been something that law enforcement officers would have offered to do for him when he was part of the intake process there at the jail. Yes, I'm with you, Purple. This whole story sounds extremely fishy to me. Extremely fishy to me. I don't want to sit here and say that this dude's lying. I don't want to say that he's lying or anything like that. I'm not quite ready to go to that extent. But I'll just say that it's not mathing. The numbers are not mathing for me. But it is Florida. We have to keep that in mind. It is Miami-Dade, Florida was where this occurred. So, I don't know. The thought of a quadriplegic being charged with battery. I know. They can run over. They can, he could use his chair like a battering ram. So, I mean, I know it's not out of the realm of question. But I can tell you this, Purple Paw Prints, yeah, we are on top of this story. And we will 100% keep an eye out for this body cam footage if they release it. And if they do, we will 100% update this story. Because I want to see the body cam footage. Because in my mind, what I suspect is the dude got mad. And of course, he has limited mobility. He can't really do, much. And I can 100% see him taking and ramming his wheelchair into the law enforcement officers. However, to kind of be, I guess, it's possible that law enforcement, kind of exaggerated the story or whatever. It's not beyond the scope of, of possibility that they could have done that. It is 2024. We've seen enough videos of stuff of law enforcement officers doing some wild and crazy stuff. So, anyway, but all I'll say is, Purple and I are on top of this one. We will definitely, if Channel 10 here gets the body cam footage and they do a follow-up video, we will 100% update you guys on this one. Because this story here, I don't know. The thing that too that was kind of interesting is This guy hasn't done anything with his YouTube channel in like a year, right? He has, when you go out here and look at his, and you look at his more on his channel, he's got like a Facebook. The website is defunct. It's just a dead link. He does have a Twitter. If we go look at his Twitter here, you can see here, he hasn't done anything with it since June of 2023. So we're approaching almost a year since he's done anything with his Twitter. Let's see, what else has he got here? His Instagram, we can take a look at the gram, right? Let's see here. Well, look at there. There you go. He posted, I guess, I don't know if these, I don't usually use Instagram or whatever. But anyway, he posted his deal there. Showed his mug shot and what have you. Let's see, what is this? Where's the audio? Okay, so it looks like he took one of his songs maybe and put it behind, him being arrested or whatever. I don't know. It says quadriplegic charged with attacking cop. Okay, see translation. Let's see what this, maybe this will give us something to see. Where society throws their, to be a criminal in the mind, an abyss where society throws their judgment without looking in further in a single glance, judge without understanding, without harming, crime and shit. I get, is that maybe what he's singing? I don't know. Maybe that's the song. I don't know. Guy says, don't skip leg day. To me, maybe this is just cynicism on my part or whatever. He's showing where all these different, I guess, things are picking up. Okay. Maybe it's just me. But like I say, if we go back and we look, right, like none of his media, right, none of his social media stuff. Like if I go back here and look at, he's done a little bit of stuff on his Instagram. Like the one before this was a month old. He posted a couple of things. Like I said, his YouTube, his Twitter, none of his socials had been touched or used for like over a year, right? So is he doing this as like trying to springboard and relaunch his career? That's kind of where I'm at with this. I don't know. But that's kind of my thoughts. Is I think this is a little bit fishy. It seems like to me maybe possibly he's using this to kind of springboard, launch his career into get it jump starting. Like I said, I want to see the body cam footage on this one. I think it's anyway. All right. Jailhouse clout, exactly, Purple. A little jailhouse clout. Hey, listen. You know what they say, right? There's no such thing as bad publicity, right? It always gets you. What you need, right? So, anyway. So yesterday, this next story is pretty good. This next one's pretty good. So yesterday, Tommy C went on vacation. Took a little trip with his family and stuff. And he came back and, he did this Twitter video.
All right, my cat's been dead for about about 2 hours. But the thing is, she hasn't gone hard yet, so she still kind of feels soft. And what I'm thinking is, maybe should I wait till my kid gets home to show him and kind of say goodbye? And to be perfectly honest with you, she looks kind of good on the couch. So maybe we can get like a taxidermist in here and lay her in there. So I don't want to really call them to take them away just yet. I mean, she does look very pretty, very peaceful. And yeah, I kind of like that. So I guess my question to the internet is, how long till she starts to smell? I wouldn't like that. And if she does, is it going to smell a lot? Can I just like put some deodorant in the air? And then, because like, again, she's still pretty soft, like she's not hard yet. My old cat got really hard after a short period of time. I don't know. I think I can keep her for a bit. Maybe now's the time probably to pose her, I'm thinking. So it'd be really cute if I rolled her up into a ball. Yeah. And that's really cute. So what do you guys think?
All right. So he posted this, right? Fine. And of course, there were people who believed him, right? It's just, and anyway, so they didn't watch. I don't think they watched it, Purple. I think you're right. I don't think they watched it. And so there's like a lot of different people coming in here and whatever, right? Well, let's take a look at some of these comments, right? Let's see which one I want to show her first. Yeah, okay, we can do this one first. It's pretty good here. So Tommy says, "Dear God, I'm never going to do this again. I've learned my lesson, I swear." So somebody commented, said, "If you're actually serious about taxidermying bunny, you may have a tough time finding someone to do it. I don't know how it is in Germany, but taxidermists here have stopped doing pets for the most part because nobody is happy with the results for the most part." And Tommy says, "She's not dead. It's a joke." Not dead. It's a joke. And there's people still coming in here and say, "Denial is part of the healing process. I'm sorry for your loss." Oh, God. Anyway, so what else we got here? DJ Screwdriver says, of course, one of our favorite creators, Slug, says, says, "Not gonna lie, man. Sorry for your loss. I hope things improve." And Tommy says he hopes that he gets AIDS. Anyway, yeah. So there's a lot more. I don't know if Tommy actually learned his lesson or not. But anyway, when I saw him post it, initially I was like, yeah. But then when I seen him touch the kitten or the kitty or the cat, whatever, and the cat flinched, right, because it was asleep, it jerked just like instant. I was like, okay. So Tommy's doing one of his goofs. And anyway, as they say, the rest is history. The rest was history. Now, I don't know. I know I haven't covered a whole lot of this. I know this is not a whole lot of this, but I did want to bring this up. I did want to cover this little thing here. This is kind of this is more for just a worm than it's also was a dunk on Keffels, but this was more, I think, some vindication. This is from the Young Turks. And I will just let the video speak for itself.
That you guys should watch for yourselves. You know how she responded to it? She said it's transphobic because she didn't like the thumbnail art that was used to depict her. It's the same type of art that's used in other thumbnails to depict other people. The weaponizing, the transphobe thing, not gonna work here. The only bad person in this story is Keffels, who literally lied to people and stole money from them.
So Young Turks did a recent broadcast. They wanted to update the story because they had initially had backed Keffels when she first announced her GoFundMe and the situation that she described, which we have learned, if you've watched Mudahar's video, that it was highly exaggerated. There was no busting down of doors. There were no guns pointed in the face. There was nothing of that sort, as confirmed by her then fiance. That whole story was exaggerated beyond proportions to, I would assume, garnish sympathy and to get, of course, more donations. Rather than to try to accept any of the talking points that were brought forth in Mudahar's video and either refute or, apologize for actions. She did what she always does, which was deflect. And in this case, she did so by attacking the artist that was commissioned to do the artwork. The same artist had also done artwork of Mudahar in the same format. Just a Worm does caricatures of the subject matter and makes them look sweaty. It is their signature look. There was nothing about the artwork that was transphobic in nature at all. It was just Keffel's attempt at deflecting, and sadly, Just a Worm received a lot of blowback and hatred that was unwarranted. I personally enjoyed their artwork. I thought they are a very, very talented artist. And I hope that this can kind of die down and that they come back to the community, to Twitter, and continue entertaining us with their artwork. So, when a person screws up and they make mistakes, having to say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I dropped the ball, can be very difficult. No one likes to admit when they're wrong. I even had my own run-ins with that recently, as a lot of people know. But it's just best to say you're sorry. I made a mistake, and because I do believe that for all the harshness that does exist on the internet and Twitter in particular, whatever, right? I do believe that people are, if you're sincere in your apology and you truly didn't, so yeah, exactly. Toxic. It was 90-minute video, and they were hung up on the thumbnail, and that was it. Yeah, yeah. Selfishly, personally, if Just a Worm would have ever done a caricature of me, I would have thought it'd been the greatest thing in the world, right? I would have considered it a great honor, and like I say, I do hope that that Just a Worm does come back. I think it's just an injustice of how they were treated. So anyway, and more kind of on the same thread here, thought thing or whatever. Yesterday, Chud Logic was going over the now recording stream where the boys wound up having Mutahar, Brianna Wu, Keemstar, Nicholas DiOrio, those guys called in. And at the end of the, towards the end of the stream, whatever, they allowed, do I think that people will get a GoFundMe refund? You know, Toxic, I don't know. That is way beyond my scope of understanding. Do I think that there was enough stuff out there proven that the GoFundMe was questionable in nature? I don't know. The thing is I'll say this is, from my takeaway from the video that Mutahar made and the evidence stuff that he showed, Keffels kept changing what the GoFundMe was for. They kept moving the goalpost on it. Mutahar shows that even though she kept changing, quote, what the GoFundMe was for, he kind of, I'll put it this way, my takeaway was that even though she kept changing what the criteria was for the use of the monies, it really didn't get used for those criteria that she kept changing and what have you. So I don't know. I believe, my opinion is that I think that, I'll just say this: if there are people who donated, supporters of Keffels who donated money to that GoFundMe that feel like they were some way misled on what it was to be used for, and if they felt like that they should be refunded, then I think they should be made whole. How about that? Because the thing that we have to keep in mind is there are people who donated to that GoFundMe that I don't think it really matters to them, right? They are so supportive of Keffels that it really doesn't matter what or how the money was spent. So it's kind of like this. One of the points that was kind of made back during the whole Magnetar situation, that I guess I really never thought of it this way, but in reflection, and I agree with this thought, right? So when somebody sets up some sort of donation, right, be it a YouTuber who's streaming and they have a donation link, or they set up a GoFundMe to raise money for whatever deal, right? It doesn't matter in either one of those circumstances. It's kind of a buyer beware, right? You're donating under the pretense, right, that person is a decent, honest person, and whatever it is that they say that money is going to be used for, right, is going to be used for that purpose, right? Like back in the day when I was doing the philanthropy, right, and people donated money and subscribed to the channel and all that, they were doing that under that I was going to be a truthful and honest person, which I was. We bought multiple computers, we bought multiple pieces of hardware for people, and then ultimately when I decided I wasn't going to do it anymore because it was becoming too much of how do I put this? The juice was just not worth the squeeze anymore. I was just tired of it all. I was burnt out. I was Krispy Kremed. I was done. And I took and donated what was the remainder of the fund, and I donated to charity, to I believe it was American Cancer Society is what I donated it to. You know, it's in every situation, whatever it is, and I never thought about it like that. I always thought about it as is if a person says this is what the money is going to be used for, whatever, then they had to do that. That there was like some, I guess, unwritten law or something like that, right? They would force them to do it. But in truth of the matter is, it's not. There's nothing other than that person's morals and ethics, I guess, ultimately, right? I know there has been some cases, some instances where GoFundMe and stuff has shut down donation, things set up through them because they believe it was fraudulent in nature. But that was before the person ever got any of the money, and the money was returned to the people who donated, right? I know there has been instances and situations where that occurred. In this situation, the money has all been drawn out, right? So if they were to do a refund or a return of that $100,000 plus, where does that money come from? Do they go back after Keffel's account? What if she doesn't have $100,000 in her account because it was spent on various things? How are the people made whole? Does GoFundMe eat that as a corporation? I don't know. So that's all things that's beyond my scope of understanding and knowledge. I don't know. I just don't know. So anyway, I guess the takeaway from, or what I'm trying to say on all that is, guy went around Aunt Laura's house to do it, but is whenever you see somebody that's asking for donations or whatever, you have to give it with the understanding that, is the person trustworthy? Is what they say they're going to do with the money what they're going to do with it? So there you go. But anyway, back to this. Chud Logic was watching that stream, and one of my favorite people was allowed to call in, Reese. And anyway, this was Chud's take on this.
Was about Keffels. It's not about the politics to do with this.
Yes.
You keep on deflecting and going on to all of these other things. And you kind of say as well that because Keffels has gone through trauma and addiction, that gives her some fucking a little bit of grace. I'm not being funny, but we are trans. We should know to call out these fucking people when they're doing shit.
I think I've said on this repeat.
We have found the base trans person that everyone keeps talking about. We found him. Eh? This is the one that everyone keeps mentioning. Or there's some normal trans people. This is the person that we keep saying again.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, that's Reese. 07's for Reese. I mean, he's an awesome dude. And, I hearken back to over probably a year or so ago. And when Reese called into my stream that morning, and we wound up having a very long conversation. Reese was actually the very first trans person that I'd ever spoken with. And actually had dialogue. And they were so gracious, and they were just, it was such a refreshing to be able to have a conversation with somebody from the trans community, because all the interactions and stuff that I'd seen had been people online, and I'd seen how the trans community had acted towards people that even disagreed with someone in the slightest inkling, right? how you immediately were labeled this or that, and you know a world of hate would come dumping down on your head. And to be able to have a conversation, an adult, cordial conversation with somebody, was so refreshing. And after I went away from that conversation with Reese, having the utmost highest respect for him. Still in my mind, I still have a hard time trying to understand. You know, I understand they're a trans man, right? They're a trans person, but then going and doing the whole burlesque drag queen thing, it just it blows my mind. But that being said, they are a fantastic, entertaining person. They've posted, some of their routines and stuff, and I just think they're a wonderful person. And I just cannot just give all the kudos I can. I thought that because I watched the stream and stuff, and I just thought Reese handled themselves so well spoken, obviously very passionate, and rightfully so. And I thought that they represented their community in the most positive way. And Reese is just a gem, and I encourage you, if you haven't, this is their Twitter, right? This is their link. And if you're not following Reese, let me just tell you something. Give him a follow. He's just an awesome dude. He's just an awesome dude. People not buying the grift anymore. Toxic. I wish that was true. But one of the things that I know about society is things come and go. It's an ebb and a flow, right? It's not. And so right now, yes, it seems like more people are becoming more aware of the grift. And here's the thing. That's not to say that I think every little part or every little collective group of people, be it the LGBTQ plus community, be it the conservative alt-right, be it the Democratic progressive left, they all have their grifts. They all have their things. And while I wished and I hope and prayed that people could not necessarily bury themselves in one particular camp, right? But just be who they are, right? Have their own opinions, their own views, their own morals, right? And just vote or act in just a basic decency, right? And not do it, well, I belong to such and such as a group or part, whatever, so I have to go along with whatever it is they do, even though I don't necessarily align with what they're doing here. I don't really agree with it, but I'm this, right? I have this label, so I have to do this, right? And I wished more people would just say, this is who I am. And I don't agree with this, so I'm going to call this out. And that was one of the things that I thought was well covered by Reese on this, was that smaller people within the trans community, such like Reese, are tired of these people with these really large voices giving excuses and passes to bad behavior of these people who are looked at as the quote spokespeople for the trans community, because those people do not speak for all of them. Their bad behavior is their bad behavior, and they shouldn't be given passes just because they are quote the perceived spokesperson for that community. And I thought, like I said, I thought Reese conveyed that very well, and you know, with the right, I think the right level of determination and energy, and I don't think it was. I don't think that they came across as like um, some tyrannical, crazy person. I thought they, like I said, had the right level of passion, and I was so tickled to death that Reese was given that opportunity. So kudos to the Now Recording Boys for giving her, giving him. I apologize, Reese. Giving him that opportunity. They allowed him their platform to, because I know, because watching Reese's Twitter over the last prior to all this, he was very very upset, and there were some people who were saying some just god awful stuff to him, and I felt bad for how he had been. Some of the things that they were saying was just god awful. But like I said, I was just so I just felt so proud of him, I guess would be the way to put it. So what else we got here? Yeah, so we got to wrap this up. We're up against the wire here. But anyway, I just hope that Reese knows that we were proud of him and how he conducted himself. I thought he did very well, very, very well. Kudos for Reese. So this is from a driver. His name's Sidney Thomas. This is in Louisville. I used to drive when I lived in southern Indiana, and I was going over into going to school in Louisville, Kentucky. I drove this bridge all the time. It's like a daily drive for me for the most part. If I wasn't going over there for school, I was going over there to hang out with friends in Louisville and stuff. But so I've driven across this bridge. But anyway, this is driver and semi driver, and he was driving across the. Anyway, this occurred. Or I'm sorry. Hang on. Is that a girl? Sydney? I guess this was a woman. I'm sorry. My apologies. Man. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but a car, back this up here a little bit. You can see here, this car right here is swerved over into the other lane because this car here, I guess it broke down. They swerved to miss it, came out, seen that there was a truck here hauling some lumber, swerved to keep from hitting it, and went and hit head on with the semi truck. And then so that caused them to lose control, and they went. Anyway, they were dangling, guys. They were dangling off the bridge, just hanging in the air. Look at this. And they had to bring in fire and rescue. Came in. They had to hoist them by a crane, and was able to. The truck was being held wedged. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. Kudos for this woman, this person. I'm gonna say, I don't know, the individual person here. Kudos for them keeping their car. I would have absolutely, positively would have lost my shit. I would have had to listen. I would need some new bloomers after all that. No joke. Mr. Beast has challenged the CEO of T-Series to a boxing match. Now, a little bit of history here. Back in the day, PewDiePie was the most subscribed to channel on YouTube. T-Series was trying to overtake him. Mr. Beast did a huge campaign to try to get people subscribing to prevent this corporation T-Series from overtaking them, become the most subscribed to channel. Well, now Mr. Beast is closing in on T-Series as far as subscribers. And he's challenged the CEO to a boxing match. Now, I don't know necessarily if that's going to happen or occur or anything like that, but I just find it kind of interesting. And, you know, there was some, back in the day when T-Series was trying to overtake PewDiePie, there were some allegations of some shadiness on T-Series, like they were forcing people in India, like if they, something to do with, I don't know, what was it, something to do with the internet, whatever they had to be, that was forcing them to subscribe to T-Series. There was some, I don't remember all the ins and outs, what for, but there was some, allegedly, there was some shenanigans on the part of T-Series. So anyway, yeah, this is coming from the Twitter account, Internet Hall of Fame. And they just, Twitter thing, tweets and stuff says, so it says, it's supposed to be my fiance gets back from deployment in 2 days. How to get rid of this? And of course, it's a woman with a bunch of, looks like hickeys. We used to call them spider bites, you know, hickey on her neck. And so this user replies as, makeup, loads and loads of makeup, preferably white. Cover the face area as well as to match the neck. Get yourself a red nose to finish the cover up. That way you can look like a clown, since your relationship is a freaking joke. Whew, savage. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, not one shower was taken this semester. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. Look at all the beer cans. They just dump beer cans after beer cans after beer cans in the look at this. You know, that's how you know your tuition money has went to good use. As a parent, you know, you want to see your child who you have supported, and you know, you love seeing this type of stuff as a parent, you know. So yeah, what's that here, bro? This shit had me so weak. Arguing with your sibling. What is this here?
Yeah, my sister gonna sit here and tell me it was a nigga standing right there behind that little weed. And I said, hey, what the nigga at? She gonna tell me he bending down. Bitch, you is crazy. There is nobody behind that motherfucking weed. Yes, it is. Nobody. You lost your motherfucking man. Get your ass out. I'm finna drive. I know I'm drunk. It is no nigga behind that motherfucking weed. You hear me? Come on. She said it so calm. I said, what that nigga that was standing there? Because I closed my eyes and took a little nap while we in line. Oh, he bending down. Bitch, there's nobody behind that nigga.
Where you think he went that fast?
I don't know. That nigga not behind the bushes.
Okay.
That nigga's not bending down behind the bushes.
Right, okay.
The bushes 3 feet, 2 feet tall.
What?
What?
You gonna see how much you want me?
I'm recording. $100.
$100. I'm doing, baby.
$100. I want my $100. And
I don't know. What do you think, guys? Do you think there's anybody in there behind them bushes? I haven't seen this. I ain't watched this. I don't know. I think it's possible. But whoa.
I don't want none of your niggas to pay for it. I want this shit to come out your motherfucking pocket. Yeah. It is not a nigga behind the bush. As a matter of fact, I got something better for you.
Right.
I'm gonna get out.
No, you're not. Bro. Oh my God.
There is somebody behind them bushes, y'all. Look at that.
Well, I'm gonna give you $100. You win. Yeah.
Jeez, what? So many questions. So many. Why would they be hiding down behind the bushes by the drive-through. Purple, you're on another level, girl. What drive-through is this even? I don't even recognize that drive-through. Is that like a Wendy's or something, maybe? I don't know. Jeez. Pappy steak at Fontainebleau. $1,000 beef case features a 55-ounce MS9 pure blood Australian Wagyu tomahawk with the most insane presentation ever. It's a nightclub serving steaks instead of vodka. No steak is worth $1,000, and no bottle of vodka is worth $4.50. But I did have a blast. We saw at least 10 other tables get this while we were there. I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't pay $1,000. I would not. No, for a steak, you're insane.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, let's go!
What? This. All right, would you guys pay $1,000 for that? I gotta know. Would you? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't pay no $4.50 for bottle service. Get out of here. Jeez, people are crazy. Stop motion plus Lego equals delicious and creative bluefin tuna sashimi. Oh, Lord. Let's see this. Yeah, these people. Something tells me that music is going to get me. So I'm going to turn the music off there. This creativity is just something else. It really and truly, it is so creative. The stop motion that they do and it's just. That's just so wild. Just so wild. Look at that. And it's all just Legos. There you go. Jeez. It's wild. Way more talented than I ever will be. And probably one of the most controversial things that Purple posted today. Or whatever for today's show. An Indiana judge has ruled that tacos and burritos are, quote, Mexican-style sandwiches. What? I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts? Do you think tacos and burritos are Mexican sandwiches? Do you guys subscribe to that? Do you agree with that judge in Indiana saying that a taco and a burrito is a Mexican sandwich? I think that's an X to doubt on me, for me anyway. An X to doubt for me anyway. Look, that's it. That's the show for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll have, like I said, burrito's more like a wrap. Yeah, exactly. Kinda. Toxic says kinda. Here's what I'll say, right? Never, ever pass up an opportunity to eat tacos or burritos. Just don't. I literally could eat like tacos and burritos probably about every day. I love tacos and burritos, especially if they're like really good tacos and burritos. But anyway, so Purple and I are going to keep an eye out on this developing story on Valient-T, right? We're going to keep an eye on that. I want to see the body cam footage. I want to see if this little quadriplegic guy was ramming the police officers with his motorized wheelchair, and was he hurling loogies at them? You know, is this all just a clout grab to try to kick off his music career? So time will tell. I can't wait for that body cam footage to be released. Because like the reporter said at the end of the story, said that when they went to law enforcement to get a comment, that was the first that they had heard. There had been no claims filed of any type of abuse or damage to the person's wheelchair. It was the first they were hearing of it, which kind of makes me, was this kind of all kind of like I say, a YouTuber thing that'd be doing to try to garner attention and get those views and really springboard his career. Don't know. So anyway, that's that. Like I said, that's the show. Purple and I will keep an eye on that and follow back up. Hopefully, update it. And I don't know. I think that's about it. Just make sure you guys, support your favorite creators. Throw a like underneath there. Throw a subscription if you like them, right? Kind of like that, Do a little subscribe, like, notifications. We appreciate that type of stuff. Anyway, until Monday, I don't believe I'm going to be able to do anything this weekend. I've got some family things I got to do this weekend. But until Monday, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully your Friday's not too crazy as work-wise for you guys that are still having to work. Enjoy your weekends. And remember, guys, what we do. We keep our powder dry. And I'll see you in the funny papers.